Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Gateway to IT. In our last video, we logged on to our vCenter server using WebGUI, created the data center and production and management clusters. However, if we look back at our plan, uh, we have not yet configured the storage network. As per our plan, we are going to have two storage network, but these two storage network, though we have created the LAN segments for them, but we have not yet added or configured them on our pfSense firewall. This pfSense firewall, if you see, so in order to add this so that the routing can happen between these two networks, the management and the storage networks, we need to configure the pfSense firewall to have these two network adapters for storage networks and then create rules so that the traffic can go from the management to the storage network. So in order to achieve that, we need to first log on to our management, our pfSense firewall. Let me show you how you can log in. I'm closing it. So open your Edge browser, click on the shortcut that you have created, and then log in with your admin and password account. Once you log in, if you go to the interfaces, you can see that we only have two interfaces. One is our WAN interface, and the other one is our management interface. There is no interface or no network adapter added for the two storage network that we plan to add. So in order to add those two network adapter, first we need to shut down the firewall. So I'm going to diagnostics and click on halt system. Once I click on halt system, I need to click on halt. So this will turn off our pfSense virtual machine. Once the pfSense virtual machine goes down, as you can see, it is in process of going down right now. So we have to wait here for a minute. So once this goes down, you need to click on Edit Virtual Machine Setting for the pfSense firewall that you created, and then you need to click on Add and select another network adapter. So once you click on a network adapter, you need to go to the LAN segments and select the first storage network that we created during the creation of a LAN segment, and then you need to click on OK. Once again, click on Edit Virtual Machine Setting and click on Add and click on network adapter and then add the second storage network adapter for 10.2.2.x network. So if we now check, we have one the bridge network, the management network, the first storage network with the subnet mask as 10.1.1x, and the second network adapter as 10.2.2.x. So once we are done with the configuration of the VM, we can click on OK and start the pfSense virtual machine. Here we have to wait for the virtual machine to start. So I'm going to pause for a minute. So as you can see, our pfSense firewall has come back. So now we need to go back to our admin workstation, then network, click on refresh, log into our pfSense firewall with the admin username and password. And now if we go back to the assignment network adapter, we see there is one adapter visible bit below the management network. So we need to click on add. Once we click on add, and then it shows us the second network adapter. We click on add there, and then we click on save. So the opt1 is the network adapter that belongs to the 10.1.1.x subnet ID. So I'm clicking on OK. I'm enabling this interface. I'm providing it the appropriate name. So it's strg storage. Let me give it the short name. So now click on IP configuration type as a static IPv4. Let's keep rest of the setting on default. Give it the IP address 10.1.1. So I'm going to keep it as 254 to follow our IP address scheme, and I'm making it a 24-bit network. So once I click on this, I need to click on save and then I click on apply changes. Similarly, I need to follow the same steps for the next adapter. So again, need to go to interfaces, assignment, click on the opt2 adapter, click on enable, provide it an appropriate name, storage 2, static IPv address configuration. IP address for this one is going to be 2.2.2.2.254, and it's also going to be a 24-bit subnet mask, and click on save. So once we have added the adapters, now we'll be configuring their IP addressing. So as now we have configured our network adapters, now we need to go ahead and configure some firewall rules for these network adapters for this network. So go to click on firewall, click on rules. Once you click on rules, go to the storage network 1, and you can see that there is no rule as of now on this particular network. So we can go back to the management network, click on the copy button. Once we click on copy, we can now go back, select the interface of storage network, storage 1, and then click on save. So what it does, it actually copies the rule on from management network to the storage network, but make sure that you change the interface on which this role is going to belong to. Once we have done that, we need to follow the same steps to copy the other rules, such as the ping rule. So I'm clicking on copy again. Make sure you have the storage network 1 selected. Once you determine it, you can go ahead and click on save. So this one also copied to the storage network. And because we don't need the storage network to be on the internet, I'm not going to copy this internet client rule. I'm just going to copy the rule above, which opens the port for port 53, 123, and 445. So I'm clicking copy again. Once I click on copy, make the change for the interface, select the storage 1 interface, and then click on save again. So now we have copied these three rules on our storage network. And after we have done that, we need to copy these rules from the storage network 1 to the storage network 2. So I follow the same process. I click on copy. Once I click on copy, change the storage network to 2. Click on save. Again, go back to the storage network 1 to copy another rule. Click on copy. Change to storage network interface to storage 2, and then click on save. Managing rules on pfSense firewall is pretty easy, pretty straightforward. All you need to do is to create the rule once, and then you can copy if you require the same rules to be on the other networks. So I'm again clicking on copying on the standard ports rule to the storage 2 network. Click on copy the storage 2, and then we again click on save. So now that we have a storage network configured, we can now attach a storage device to a storage network. And if you just want to verify if this storage network is up and functional and the routing is happening on through the pfSense firewall, you can open the command prompt and try to ping the default gateway for the storage network, which is as we configured 10.1.1.254. So you can see we get a ping response from there, and you can check the default gateway for the second storage network by pinging to its IP address, and you see that we get a response. So as per our configuration, the two storage networks are up and ready to be used, and we'll be attaching the storage device, a TrueNAS storage device on these storage networks. If you like our work, please subscribe to our channel and do share it with your colleagues. Thank you.